مليء حجوزي اوكي حراي እግዚአብሔር ዓብር ገበረልና ትብል መዝሙር ክንዝምር ክንጸኒሕና እግዚአብሔር ዓቢ ግብሪ ገበረልና ገበረልና እግዚአብሔር ዓቢ ግብሪ ገበረልና ገበረልና ንሕና ወንተሓጐስና ንሕና ወንተሓጐስና ተሓጐስና እግዚአብሔር ዓቢ ግብሪ ገበረልና ገበረልና እግዚአብሔር ዓቢ ግብሪ ገበረልና ገበረልና ንሕና ወንተሓጐስና ንሕና ወንተሓጐስና ተሓጒስና ምስጋና ይግብአካ ምስጋና ኣብ ክንዲ ትሰናይ ዝገበርካልና ብበረኸት ቤትካ ኣጽጊብካና ክበር ተመስገን ኢየሱስ ምስጋና እግዚአብሔር ዓቢ ግብሪ ገበረልና ገበረልና እግዚአብሔር ዓቢ ግብሪ ገበረልና ገበረልና ንሕና ወንተሓጐስና ንሕና ወንተሓጐስና ተሓጒስና ክብርና ኣምላኽ ይኹን ሕጉስ እየ ብኣምላኸይ ባሂልዎ ይዘልልበይ ውሉድ ኣምላኽ እንካብ ኮንኩ እንታይ ኣሎ ዘይረኸብኩ በቲ ዝህበኒ ዓጊበ ኣለኹ ትብል መዝሙር ሕጉስ እየ ብኣምላኸይ ባሂልዎ ዘልልበይ ውሉድ ኣምላኸይ እንካብ ኮንኩ እንታይ ኣሎ ዘይረኸብኩ በቲ ዝህበኒ ዓጊበ ኣለኹ ተመስገን ተመስገን ሕጉስ እየ ብኣምላኸይ ባሂልዎ ዘልልበይ ውሉድ ኣምላኸይ እንካብ ኮንኩ እንታይ ኣሎ ዘይረኸብኩ በቲ ዝህበኒ ዓጊበ ኣለኹ ተመስገን ተመስገን ንመወዳት ሕጉስ እየ ብኣምላኸይ ባሂልዎ ዘልልበይ ውሉድ ኣምላኸይ እንካብ ኮንኩ እንታይ ኣሎ ዘይረኸብኩ በቲ ዝህበኒ ዓጊበ ኣለኹ ተመስገን ተመስገን ልበይ ሓጎስ መሊኡ ልበይ ትብል ልበይ ሓጎስ መሊኡ ልበይ ሓጎስ መሊኡ ልበይ በዚ ኢየሱስ እዚ ልበይ ሓጎስ መሊኡ ኣሰይ ልበይ ሓጎስ መሊኡ ልበይ ሓጎስ መሊኡ ልበይ በዚ ኢየሱስ ጊዜ ልበይ ሓጎስ መሊኡ ኣሰይ ዘበናትን ጊዜ ሕያዊኻ 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 ኢየሱስ ሕያዊኻ 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 ኢየሱስ ዘመናትን ጊዜን ዘይልውጠካ ሕያዊኻ 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 ኢየሱስ ሕያዊኻ 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 ኢየሱስ ልበይ ልበይ ሓጎስ መሊኡ ልበይ ሓጎስ መሊኡ ልበይ በዚ ኢየሱስ እዚ ልበይ ሓጎስ መሊኡ ኣሰይ ክብርን ኣምላኽ ይኹን ስቲል መን ሞ ኣሎ ከምዝናተይ ዝተገብረሉ ሰናይ እግዚአብሔር ሲ ዓብ ነገር ገይርለይ እግዚአብሔር ሲ ሰናይ ነገር ገይርለይ ትብልማን መን ሞ ኣሎ ዝተገብረሉ ሰናይ መን ሞ ኣሎ ከምዝናተ ዝተገብረሉ ሰናይ እግዚአብሔር ሲ ዓብ ነገር ገይሩለዩ እግዚአብሔር ሲ ሰናይ ነገር ገይሩለዩ እግዚአብሔር ሲ ዓብ ነገር ገይሩለዩ እግዚአብሔር ሲ ሰናይ ነገር ገይሩለዩ መንሞ ኣሎ ከምዝናተ ዝተገብረሉ ሰናይ መንሞ ኣሎ ከምዝናተ ዝተገብረሉ ሰናይ እግዚአብሔር ሲ ዓብ ነገር ገይሩለዩ እግዚአብሔር ሲ ሰናይ ነገር ገይሩለዩ እግዚአብሔር ሲ ዓብ ነገር ገይሩለዩ እግዚአብሔር ሲ ሰናይ ነገር ገይሩለዩ መንሞ ኣሎ ከምዝናህና ዝተገብረሉ ሰናይ መንሞ ኣሎ ከምዝናህና ዝተገብረሉ ሰናይ እግዚአብሔር ሲ ዓብ ነገር ገይሩለዩ እግዚአብሔር ሲ ሰናይ ነገር ገይሩለዩ እግዚአብሔር ሲ ዓብ ነገር ገይሩለዩ እግዚአብሔር ሲ ሰናይ ነገር ገይሩለዩ ክብርን ኣምላኽ ይኹን መዝሙር ክንዝምር ተወሳኺ የድልሎ ማለት እዩ ኣይተዳለውን ኣለዉ ሲል ስለዚ ሓደ እዋንሲ ቀደም ኣደይ ኣብ መዝሙር እንዳሃለዉ ከሎስ እንታይ ይገብሩ ነይሮም ሓደ እዋን መዝሙር 100 ገለን ኢሎምሲ እዋ ኣብዚ ድን ክትሕርና 100 መዝሙር ክንዝምር ኢላ ሞ ሕጂ ኸ 100 መዝሙር ክንዝምር ኢና ሎም መዓልቲ ክብርና ኣምላኽ ይኹን ኤኒዌይ ኣፍና ብስሓቅ መልሓስና ብእልልታ መሊእካዮ ኣታልዑል ክነግር ኢና ተግባር ኣዳውካ ኩሉ ስራሕካ ትብል መዝሙር ኣፍና ብስሓቅ መልሓስና ብእልልታ መሊእካዮ ኣፍና ብስሓቅ መልሓስና ብእልልታ መሊእካዮ ኣታልዑል ክነግር ኢና ተግባር ኣዳውካ ኩሉ ስራሕካ አሜን ኣፍና ብስሓቅ መልሓስና ብእልልታ መሊእካዮ ኣፍና ብስሓቅ መልሓስና ብእልልታ መሊእካዮ ኣታልዑል ክነግር ኢና ተግባር ኣዳውካ ኩሉ ስራሕካ አሜን ኣፍና ብስሓቅ መልሓስና ብእልልታ መሊእካዮ ኣፍና ብስሓቅ መልሓስና ብእልልታ መሊእካዮ ኣታልዑል ክነግር ኢና ተግባር ኣዳውካ ኩሉ ስራሕካ አሜን ክብርን ኣምላኽ ይኹን ተዳሊና ይብሉ ኣለዉ ስለዚ ንዓቶም ክቦም እዩ ከም ዝበልኩኹም ኣብ መገሻ ቀኒ መን ግራጅዌት ገብር ኣለዎን ገሊኦም እየ ድፈልጦም በር ኣይፈልጦምኒ ስለዚ ንሰሎሙን ክህቦ
حجي بزي اوردر
نصوعه
نصوعها حدا خبكاي حجي نحنا كتاب زريد غيرنا
حجي هو هابو ديم حجي ما بقاش نزالو رايت اوي لنب انا بقاش تو good
okay quick update تغيرلو ስለዚህ ክብርና አምላኽ ይኹን ደጊምና እኩያ ላይ ክገብር حراي እምበር ኣስማት እቶም ግራጁዌት ዝገብሩ ክንፅውዕ ኢና እንዳፅዋዕናዮም መጀመርያ ናይ ኮሌጅ ተምሃሮ ክንፅውዕ ኢና ድሕሪኡ ከዓ ሃይ ስኩል ክንፅውዕ ኢና ኣብ ተፀውዕሉ ክመፁ ንሓትት ማለት እዩ ካሜራ እያ اوكي ኣብታ ቁፅሪ ሓደ ሲ ሽምር ኣለኹሞ ክብርን ኣምላኽ ይኹን ተማሃራይ ነይሩ ኬሚስትሪ ምሂረ እየ ነይረ ሕጂ ዶክተር ኦፍ ፋርማሲ ወዲኡ ርኢ ኣለኹ ዳንኤል ዘውደ ኬሚስትሪ ምሂረ እየ ነይረ hold on ታሊ استخري أقول لك ديكون صحيح ready حراي اوكي ready حراي مبار كنجمرينا مجمريا ناي كوليج تمهارو دانيال زوده دكتور اوف فارماسي يوديو دانيال زوده لحال حراي حراي يا ኣብዚ ሊስት ሪኦ ኣለኹ ሲ 33 ግራጁዌት ይገብሩ ኣለው ክብርን ኣምላኽ ይኹን 33 ተምሃሮ መብዛሕትኦም ወይ ሽዑ ተወሊዶም ቤተክርስትያን ክጅመር ከላ ወይ ድማ ደቂ ሓደ ዓመት ነይሮም መብዛሕትኦም እግዚአብሔር ኣምላኽ ከዓ እዚ ነገር እዚ ይገብርልና ኣሎ ማለት እዩ ኣብ ነገር حراي كبرنا أملاخون حنت مزمور كحجي خا أمدري كبري يخون إجزاهر كبري يخون آمين كبري يخون أبسماي كبري يخون أمدري يخون إجزاهر كبري يخون آمين كبري يخون أبسمة كبري يخون أمدري كبري يخون إجزاهر كبري يخون آمين كبري يخون أبسمة كبري يخون أمدري كبري يخون إجزاهر كبري يخون آمين كبري يخون أبسمة كبري يخون أمدري حراي سبو ready اوكي فيرونيكا افورقي كوليج جراجويت اوكي بماسترز ديجري اوكي ቤቲኤል ፀሐየ ዲያቆን ፀሐየ ማለት እዩ ኤደን ኦኬ ኤደን አስመላሽ አይ ኦኬ ኣብዚ የላን አዲያ ኦኬ
اوكي اي كولج اوكي
يا سقع حجي كولج جراجويتين نصوع زلنا مالتي ኤፍሬም ኃይለ በራኺ ናሆም ዘውደ ናሆም ዘውደውን የለን አቦ አሎ አቦሎ ያ go ahead ጽቦ አደር ሐንመጠን ኮሌጅ ግራጁዌት ራሄል ሙሴ ኔክስት ሰምሃር ሓጎስ ሰዊት ነጋሲ حراي ሰዊት ነጋሲ እዚኣቶም ናይ ኮሌጅ ነጋሲ حراي ክብርን ኣምላኽ ይኹን ሕጂ ድማ ሃይ ስኩል ግራጁዌትስ ክንጅምር ኢና ኣሮን ኣሰፋው አበባ መንደር አቤል ቴድሮስ ኦኬ አቤል ቴድሮስ የለን አደ ኦኬ حراي حراي أغازي ميكيل ألكسندريا سولومون أرسما دباس إليزابيث سولومون
احلف ابواش
إيوبيل بيتودد
احلف ابواش
ماني إيوبيل بيتودد فيلمون هايلة راي فيلمون هايلة يلون اوكي hold on thank you هانا ترقة اوكي هينوك برهاني اور still it's a church هيلن أسمروم هرميلا فرزجي ميرون كبلوم الو مليون مكونن اوكي سدرا بيت ندحرالو ناي مليون مكونن if not نوا تيدروس all right فيلمون تسفى قبر good job good job روتا يوهانس سالينا معاشو سارون أرأيا Look. سلام تسفعلن سيراك إيوب سيراك إيوب سدرا بيت نحرا لو خوينم مو يلان بلون لو يلان يلومني
سيراك come here.
اوكي
Congratulations, birthday. What is your with me?
يساق ولد جبريل
Congratulations.
يوسف ولد أب
Congratulations, birthday.
اوكي
Come. Hold this one.
اوكي ناي مودعتا شويت نقاسي شويت نقاسي
أنت وين كمان؟
اي تو هذا
حاول أنت تاسر تسكت راح يوصل لي بس وهاي.
اوكي اوكي حجنابتي اوكي حراي كبرنا املاخ يخون እግዚአብሔር አምላኽ ጸጉኡ ስለ ዘብዝሓልና እዚ በረኸት እዚ ንርኢ ኣለና ሕራይ ቀፂልና እንታይ እዩ ኩሉ ግዜ እንታይ ንገብር ነቶም ግራጁዌት ዝገብሩ ገለ ካብቶም ግራጁዌት ዝገብሩ ክዛረቡ ንዕድም ኢና ኣብዚ እዋን እዚ ነዚ ግራጁዌሽን እዋን ሰለስተ ካብ ሃይ ስኩል ክልተ ካብ ኮሌጅ ሕፅር ዝበለ መልእኽቲ ከመሓላልፉ እዮም ሓንቲ ሓብቲ እውን ኣላ ድሕሪኦም ቃል ትህብ ንመጀመርያ እምበኣር ዮሴፍ ወልደኣብ ዮሴፍ
Hey, good morning, everybody. Can I just come? Ana Kazara Mahanko, I felt kon, so Kazara Akarokon, can be English Kazara, so sorry. Okay. So yeah, first I just want to start off with a quick prayer, like Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and God, amen. And so I wrote a couple things down on my phone. And the first thing I'd want to say is that the reason everybody like right here is because everybody like all the graduates are here is because everybody in the church, you know, like we had a lot of great teachers along the way. I mean, like for myself, I can say I had Aman to start off. I had both Latensas. I had Nazareth, I had Samuel, Kashi Asmaro, I had Abu Kashi, I had like everybody who just always like they taught us how to have good morals, always to have discipline and just be good people. You know, if it was never for that, you know, like the way they punished us all the time, like, you know, if we did something bad, they'd be like Tambarka and all that stuff. It's you know, it was bad in the moment, but it's truly a blessing because it sees like we see what we turned into right now. And then one of the quick points I wanted to make was like throughout what I learned throughout high school. I know it's not much because we got college graduates and we have a pharmacy graduate. We have all these type of graduates. But one thing I learned in high school is like it's not going to be easy. It wasn't supposed to be easy, or nothing was supposed to be easy for all of us. You know, like compared to all the people who were born here, had I mean, like not born here, but like who had parents born here, and everything was just given to them. Like they're like raised in like nice, crazy nice families and all that stuff. We're probably not going to have the same exact. We're going to have disadvantages. You know, everyone's going to say you're from a different country, blah, 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 you're doing all that. But I think there's one thing that's like about all of us that just makes up for all that, and it's that like we're all together. You know, like I don't feel disadvantaged at all because I always have brothers to, you know, talk to whenever I need them, and I have everybody here, all the parents here care about me almost as much as my parents, and I see like the love is just, you know, it's amazing. And I got one last thing to say. Moving forward, it's keeping faith is the most important thing, you know? It's called faith for a reason because it's like, it's more based off of the spiritual than the physical, you know? Faith is supposed to be hard to have, and as long as we fight every test together as brothers and sisters, we'll easily maintain faith and do great things through God. And that's all I have to say. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Okay. Next. Salam Tasfa Mariam. Salam Tasfa Alam. Sorry. I need to put it.
Thank you. Wow. Wow, there's a lot more people here than I thought. But salam, كيف حالكم؟ الحمد لله. So, like Yosef said, we weren't really ready to speak, but of course, I've been looking forward to this moment for a really long time. Like, I remember being a little kid sitting over here and, you know, just listening to all the speakers speak. And then the fact that I'm here is like really scary. So, it's Maskan, I'm very excited. So first and foremost, I just want to say thank you so much. Like Yosef is not kidding when I consider all of you guys my parents. I want to say thank you to my dad over there, you know, holding up the phone, very excited. And my mom's from over here. Thank you to Amma and both of the Latensas, to Nazra, even though I came to her class late a couple times. Like, you guys never gave up on us. You guys really took such good care of us. Like, this is a second family. I know when I'm not at home, everybody here I consider to be my family, and that's something that's very special and very rare. So just my high school experience as a whole, it was kind of hard, of course. You know, graduating is something that you look forward to, but the process to get there isn't the easiest thing. But things were hard, and I can easily say that coming every Sunday to church, not being lazy, even though when we feel tired in the morning, try to make an excuse as to not to go. I feel like coming here on Sundays after a really long week was very, it was like a sigh of relief, I guess you could say. Coming here, being around all of you, being able to, you know, say thank you to God, even if nothing significant happened that week, just saying thank you for letting me make it through another week. Thank you for allowing me to withhold all the accomplishments I have, and half of the success that I've achieved so far would not even be possible if it weren't for you guys and if it weren't for God. So best believe, like, before tests, before races, I would always be the one in the corner like, Mom, God, please, you know, come through. So I just want to say thank you to this church, because this church, aside from my family and my values, this church has really shaped me as a person and as a character. And I feel like what I've learned in this church is what I'm going to take with me to college. And this is only the beginning. So I thank God so much for allowing all of us to make it to this point. But as we enter this new chapter in our lives, we have to make sure our faith doesn't leave us, because, you know, like college, you can easily get caught up and you can forget the way of the church. But this church really shaped us. Like, we've been here since we were how little. And through the community, through all of us. Like, I'm just so grateful, and I hope that God will stay with me and aid me as I enter through this next chapter of my life. And if there's any bit of advice that I could give to these younger kids sitting here and just and rising through high school or entering high school, no matter what age you are, I would just say, keep your faith close, get really involved in school, because getting into college is becoming much more competitive now. So I want to see you guys with a bunch of cords and things on your necks when I come back next year to see you all graduate. And just remember, just keep your faith close, because I promise you, like, half of the stuff, like I said before, I would not have accomplished if it weren't for like God's relentless blessings. I'm so blessed, and I'm so thankful, and I'm so thankful for everybody in this church, and I'm thankful to Abba Kashi, Baba Samuel, to everybody. So just thank you.
Okay. Very good messages we are receiving, and high school finally, Aaron Asafau.
Okay. Congratulations, Aaron.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. باسم عام بوالدن ومنفس قدوس حرام الله امين. كم يحضركم؟ كم يحضركم؟ كم يكنهم؟ زاوير مسكنو عبديس عبد صحنا. All right, first off, I want to give thanks to God for bringing everybody in my congregation here today and bringing all my graduates here today. I'd like to thank God for that. But I cannot continue without saying something very important. Everybody in this church, everybody who's ever gone to this church is blessed. Especially these kids, all these kids sitting before me. Y'all are really blessed to have a group like this, such a backbone, such just people that care about you so much. It's incredible. Like, other groups of people, I don't see them care for other people's kids half as much as everybody in here will. Like, everybody in here, they'll probably hit you or something for doing something wrong, but it's all out of love, whatever. But pretty much, there's a lot to be thankful here. Every single teacher I've ever had since I was a kid, they grow me up. Like, going to church 3 times a week, they made me different people around me, but I wasn't really afraid because I liked it. And, Fridays and Saturdays were good until I had to do work, But, learning Tigrinya, learning how to read and write, learning to study the Bible, it made me different. But Sundays was a different story. Being a deacon, I had a lot of responsibilities. And as a child, my Uncle Samuel always told me, you got to learn this, you got to learn that. And he always tried to tell my mom on me, right? But, I didn't believe him. I thought, oh, Uncle Samuel's all talk. He's not going to tell on me. Then one day, he comes in, he's like, my mom walks in the room, she's like, Uncle Samuel told me something. I'm like, what? You haven't been doing your Kadas? I'm like, yeah. But, so my summer was kind of torturous. Day in, day out, I learned the Kadasa, and after a period of 3 months, I learned how to sing. I was great, and it felt great. It felt amazing. And I'm really glad I have all these teachers in front of me in this front row. Uncle Samuel, my mom, Abu Kashi, Abu Solomon, Baba Goodmai, Kashi Badahat, Mom Nagasi, Kashi Asmaram. Thank you for teaching me, for correcting me, for showing me the right way, and just calling me how it is sometimes, because I need to hear it. But something that makes me sad is that I look in this room and I can find only 1 or 2 deacons in the liturgy. And something very important to me, something that brought me and my mom closer, was the fact that we learn it together, and she knows just as much as I do. She can sing it just as well as I. Sunday morning, you could probably get my mom to do it. And that's incredible. There aren't many people like that. And so what I dare you parents and you kids to do, if you want to be able to call your son a deacon, if you want to be able to call yourself a deacon, please learn it together. It's incredible to learn it. It's very deep. And this last part's about high school, all right? Well, something about high school is you got to get it done. No one's going to do it for you, all right? It's tough. You can have rough days, rough weeks, rough semesters. Like, all high school can be rough, bro. Just got to be honest. High school isn't easy, and it wasn't meant to be easy, but no one's going to do it for you. And if you do your job, if you stay in classes, stay in clubs, you get to go to a good college, your parents get to brag about you, you get to go out the house, you know, leave home, and it's all good. So, you know, pull your weight. High school separates the cream from the crop, all right? I want to be blunt, okay? So if you want to make the most of yourself, just get down and do your work. The hardest part about doing anything in high school is sitting down and getting in the mindset. Because after that, you can just, once you realize, I got to do this work right now as best as I can, and you sit down and do it, it's a breeze. There's nothing harder than, you know, there's nothing harder than just sitting down and doing it. I myself am a procrastinator. I've never done anything on time. I usually do things like about 12 hours before they're due, all right? Or maybe 10 minutes before they're due. But that's something I'd like to change, and it takes incredible discipline. Discipline is very key to high school. If you want to do all of your work, if you want to, you know, manage your entire like club activities, in-school activities, extra credit, you need to manage your time like it's nobody's business. Can't let your parents micromanage you. Can't let nobody tell you nothing, all right? Discipline is key. So now that I've told you the key to high school, I'd like to say congratulations to the class of 2017, and we'll meet back here in 4 years.
Thank you. Good job.
Okay, thank you, Aaron. A very good message. And now from college also, we'll start with BTL Diakon Tsahay.
Sorry, let me open it real quick. Okay. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, one God, amen. So they asked me, well, thank you for the high schoolers for speaking to the upcoming high schoolers, the middle schoolers. They all need to hear it, especially from you. So I'm going to try to talk still to the high schoolers, everybody younger, but especially to the college, uprising college students now. So they asked me to speak with you today about advice, any advice that I would have to give. And so I thought I would give advice that I wish I knew at your age when I was coming into college. Better? Okay. So I wanted to use kind of the analogy of a road trip. The first thing you do when you're planning a trip is that you picture your destination. So for you guys, that means to dream big. When I was younger, this is kind of a silly story, but when I was younger, my dad gave me a telescope for Christmas. And so I used to think I was going to work for NASA. As I got older, the dream kind of disappeared because I guess in my mind I thought, well, you have to be more realistic. But little did I know that it starts with a dream. If you have a dream, it doesn't matter how unrealistic it may seem. If you're willing to put the work into it, you can do anything. So never sell yourself short. If you tell yourself, oh, I'm not good at math, I'm not good at this, and someone was just telling me today, they're coming into high school now, they said they want to be valedictorian, but this, but that. I said, well, you might just have to work 3 times harder than the person next to you, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it. You have to aim as high as you can, and if you fall, at least you land on a star. So that was my first piece of advice. You never want to look back and say, oh, I wonder what would happen if I tried a little harder or aimed a little higher. We only get one life. So dreaming about your destination is only part of the trip. In order to make your dream a reality, you have to plan. So the next advice I would have is plan your trip or do your research. Figure out what you're getting yourself into. I know a lot of people that come into college and they say they want to do this, they want to do that, but they don't really know what they're getting themselves into. You know, it's okay to say, you know, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an astronaut. That's perfect. You can do it, but do your research. We have the internet. We have people in this church, a lot of whom are very well educated, who can help you and give you personal advice. You have mentors, you have teachers, you have professors. So you might find out that you love it, or you might find out that you hate it. But either way, you know, it saves you a lot of time in the long run, a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of money. I know a lot of people that go through college, hate what they studied. And then, you know, that's not to say that they still can't make something of themselves, but had they done a little bit more research or thought about it a little bit more, they might have saved themselves a little bit more time. So you'll find yourself making a lot more mistakes if you just jump in blindly, if you don't think about it. My next piece of advice would be, you have to start your trip, or you have to do the work. You can dream about it, you can plan it, but then you have to actually do it. You have to get up and you have to do it. There's no easy path, especially if you're coming into college. A lot of times people will say, oh, you know, your major's easy, you know, that professor is easy, this one's harder, this and that. It's all perspective. If one class might be hard for one person, it might be really easy for you, or you might just have to put in twice the work, but it's possible. But you have to do the work. You're not gonna go to college. I've seen that a lot too. I've had roommates who, they got accepted to college, they got scholarships, but they didn't attend class. They didn't do the work. They thought that just being there was enough. It's not enough. I'm so proud of everybody that's sitting here, and celebrate with your families, be proud of yourself, but you still have work to do. So remember that too. Be proud of yourself, celebrate your milestones, but keep moving and keep doing the work that you need to do. Never get lazy and be dedicated. Like Adon said, it takes a lot of dedication sometimes, a lot of late nights, a lot of sleep that you might not get back. So for times when you feel like you just don't have the strength, I had a Bible verse, Philippians 4:13, and I'm sure everybody has heard this. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. So there's going to be times where you're doing the work, but you might not feel like you're strong enough to get through it, or you don't think that you can pass that test, or you don't think that you can make that grade that you need. Take a moment and remember who's giving you the strength. It's you, it's the people in this room, but at the same time, there's something higher. There's something that brought us all here together, and that's what brought you here. That's what's gonna give you strength in those moments. So, and don't be afraid to stop and ask for directions. Ask questions. Always ask questions. That was probably one of my biggest mistakes in college. I didn't ask enough questions. I sort of thought I could do it myself. And it doesn't work like that. You make a lot more mistakes. You end up taking 3 ridiculously difficult classes in the same semester. And, you know, nobody told me to do that. If I had asked somebody, they probably would have told me, no, you definitely should not do that. But I learned from my mistakes. So ask questions, ask questions. You have the internet, like I said, trusted sources, obviously. You have the internet, you have teachers, you have professors, you have mentors, you have us. You have all these people in this room. Somebody's gonna have an answer to your question. And people can sense when you're passionate about something. They're not gonna turn you down. And if they do, go to someone else. Never take no for an answer. Always ask questions, do your own research. But when there's gaps and you just don't know what to do next, ask, always ask. There's no pride, always ask. So if you get lost, trust your map, or trust in God and trust in yourself. It's very, very, very easy to get lost. As you go off into college, you'll find that you're gonna have a lot of freedom, a lot of freedom. And nobody's gonna tell you to go to class. Nobody's gonna tell you to turn that assignment in. Nobody's gonna tell you to wake up. Nobody's gonna tell you to eat good. Nobody's gonna tell you to eat at all. it's all you. So it's very easy to get lost. There's a lot of different types of people, new people, different people. And when you find yourself losing yourself or losing the voice of God in your head, remember, the verse Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and I will help you, and I will uphold you with my right hand. It's easy to get lost when you're following someone else's directions and completely ignoring your own. Like I said, when I first got into college, I never asked questions. I learned my lesson the hard way. And then after that, I did ask questions, but I asked questions and I only took their advice. So I still ended up in a place where I didn't necessarily want to be. So you have to ask questions, yes, but at the end of the day, take their advice, take their answers, but put it in with your path, put it in with the path that God has for you. Because what's good for someone, the advice that someone else gives you might not be 100% for you. And so finally, keep moving forward and never forget to give thanks. The only way that you're gonna get to where you're heading to, wherever that may be, is by not sitting, by heading towards it. You actually have to actively put one foot in front of the other. And there's no such thing as a clear, straight, easy path. Whatever you're doing, whatever you decide to do with your life, there's gonna be challenges. It's gonna be hard, you're gonna fall, you're gonna have to get back up. If you fall, like, you've lost. You have to get back up. There's gonna be detours, there's gonna be roadblocks, there's gonna be construction. You're gonna have to make a couple U-turns, but you have to keep going forward. And remember, each one of those things happens for a reason. If you're moving too fast in life and you end up, getting in an accident, missing a turn, those happen for a reason, because you're missing all the signs that God is trying to show you. If you're moving too fast, something's gonna slow you down one way or another. But learn from your mistakes. You can't just keep getting in accidents left and right. You're not gonna have a car. And it's gonna be a lot harder to fix it. You're not gonna have the money to fix it. And remember, through everything, good, bad, in between, when you don't even know what's going on, give thanks. Please give thanks. You woke up this morning, give thanks. Proverbs 3:6. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your straight, and he will straight your paths. So with that being said, thank you. Thank God, and thank you guys.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Betty. Now, Ephraim Haile. Diakon Ephraim. Congratulations.
መጀመርታ ከመይ ሓዲርኩም እግዚአብሔር ዝተመስገነ ይሁን ነዞም ኣሕዋትና ቁርብ ሞ ብእንግሊሽ ክዛረቦም እየ ሽዑ ከዓ ብትግርኛ ናብ ወለዶ ቁርብ ክሰግረ ማለት እዩ So congratulations to the graduates and congratulations to the proud parents of graduates. For those who don't know me, my name is Ephraim and I majored in finance from Georgia Tech. So it's always good for a group of people to be educated, and we have before us a group of people that are educated, if it is from high school, from college, or some people get in their doctorate degree. So it's not only great for those people that are graduating, but this is also great for this church and for the Eritrean community. So let's give an applause to all of them. I'd like to start off by thanking God. If it wasn't for God, surely I wouldn't be here in America, and surely I wouldn't be here standing before you. So thank you to God. I remember when I was about the age of 10, I used to pray to God, and I used to pray for God to take me to America. So So God has made it possible. Now I'm here in America, and not only am I here, through His grace, I have graduated from high school and now from a university. So thank you to God. Through all His blessings, I'm here. Certainly tough decisions had to be made through the journey. The journey was, at times, it could get difficult, and tough decisions had to be made, but God was with me throughout the journey. So thank you to God, and grace be to God. After God, I'd like to thank my parents. They have done an amazing job raising me and my siblings. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. So thank you to Baba and to Gannate. I also like to thank my siblings, Mama Hannah, Baba Tesfu, Baba Nagasi Black, my cousin Swinta, Etzfi. A lot of people have taken part in this journey. I wouldn't have done it all alone. Abik Eshi, a lot of people have played a role. If I have to mention all the names, it would take me days to finish it, but a lot of people have played a role, and thank you to all of them for supporting me, for their encouragements. And lastly, I'd like to thank you, members of this church. At different times, even if it was when we were passing the Bible, at different times, you have given us your blessings. And through your blessings, or through all the long lectures you gave us about the importance of education, we are here. So all those blessings, all those encouragements, they do make a difference. And thank you for all of that. So now back to the graduates. By graduating, we have accomplished something some others may not have accomplished. For some of you, this might be the last semester. This past semester might have been the last semester you will ever attend college as a student. And for some of us, or for some of you guys, this may not be the end, or we do not know if this is the end. But regardless, what I will say is let's continue to learn something each day. Learning never stops until the day we die. So let us learn each day something new, something different. Competition for jobs might be getting furious at this moment. There's competition coming from India, from everywhere. I mean, this is a global age. So not only are we competing with people here in the US, but we are competing globally. And the only way to combat that is to be the best at what we do. So let us strive to become the best at what we do. So when opportunities come, we can seize those opportunities. Now to the people graduating from high school. College will definitely have an impact in your life. It's a different experience than high school. So most of you, by the end of it, not only will you make more money than your parents, right? Should be proud of that. But also your thinking process will change for the better. You'll learn about a lot of different subjects. You will be enlightened about many, many different subjects. But the main thing, your thinking process will change for the better. And that is a lifetime skill. Problems change, but the process stays the same. So you will have the ability to solve tough problems. So college will have an impact on your life, and make it a good experience. And the other thing, for those going to college, I'll encourage you to find out your interest and your major early on. Betty said it, I couldn't say it even better. She said, figure out from now. I know people that graduated from Georgia Tech in 3 years. They weren't any special, they weren't any different. I mean, a lot of people could do what they do. It took discipline, like they said, but they weren't special people. They just knew what they wanted to do early on. So invest your time this summer for the high school graduates. Invest your time, a lot of your time, figuring out and researching what is it that you want to do and what is it that really interests you. Betty said that you could find a lot of information in the internet about what you want to do, what are the pre-requirements, where are possible places where you could intern. You could learn so much from the internet. So invest that time in figuring that out. And we have professionals here. We have a lot of pharmacists, a lot of doctors. We have engineers, people that finish it in, a lot of you said you want to do nursing. So we do have people that have graduated with nursing degrees. So talk to those people. You don't want to make the same mistakes that they made. So from talking, you will benefit, and I will encourage you highly to research and to talk to those people. And if you haven't figured it out, it doesn't mean this will be the end. I myself, I changed my major 3 times. So it's not a deadly mistake if you don't know going into college what you want to do. But like Betty said, and like others have said, it will save you a lot of frustration and a lot of tuition money if you know beforehand what is it that you want to do. I also encourage you all to have friends who have big aspirations in college. You will make friends that will last forever. I mean, that will be with you kind of forever. So make those friends, select those friends carefully. Sometimes they say you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So select those 5 people carefully. The next advice could apply to all of us graduates. It's becoming hard to find jobs without a strong professional network. So let us all have a very, very strong professional network. It doesn't have to start outside. It could start here at this church. There's people that graduated with engineering. So if you are interested in engineering, talk about their experience, about what classes they took, where they interned, how they found their job. So we could learn so much just from the people that are here. So let us start by expanding and by working hard on our network. And last thing, I'll leave you with what James Allen said in his short book, Assignment Things. It's a very short book, and I encourage every one of you to read it. He said, they themselves are makers of themselves. By they, he was referring to humans. So they themselves are makers of themselves. So at the end of the day, know you are a maker of yourself and your destiny. Of course, there is a lot of people to help you here. Everyone wants the best out of you. So at the end, though, you are a maker of yourself. So have that in mind. And at the end, Bill Gates also once said, if you are poor, it's not your mistake. But if you die poor, it is your mistake. So let's not make excuses and don't die poor. So now to Tigrina. مجمرتا እንኳዕ ሓጎሰኩም ወለዲ ፍረ ፃዕርኹም እዚ ናይ ደቁኹም ትርኢ ዘለኹም ሞ እንኳዕ ሓጎሰኩም ንኹላትና ማሕበር ናይ ቤተ ክርስቲያን ዝኾንና ኻኒ እንኳዕ ሓጎሰና ማለት እዩ ከምዚ ኢልካ ተምሃሮ ተመሪቖም ክትርኢ ንዝመፅእ ቆልዑ ድዩ ንዝኾነ ፅቡቕ ኣርኣያ እዩ ነዚ ቤተ ክርስቲያን ከኣኒ ዓብ ፀጋ እሞ ተመስገን ማለት እዩ تزبهل كويلين أملاك يبزب تحني سلازنا أملاك كمسجنا يفتو نعاقتكم كأن نخلاتكم عبز لهم ترخيبكم زلهم نخلهم كمسجناكم فتو مغنيات خلاتكم داودي تمرتهم وديكم يرينا لكم مريكم نايكم دارجا خلهم قال لهم ون بزحات عبدك ديو أكل رخيبكم تمرت تمهاروا لكم تمرت انت زي تماهركم امريكا ايوات نيوسو تمرتكم تعاروا تمرتكم نفعوا لكم بزوح مخيركم نايهم نخلاتكم كمسكنكم فتو حجت زبهال كون حواتي بتعامي زفودو الى له نولدكم لو زدل انت له اني دقوكم سي مساهم كله يونيفرسيتي خدالو ابرت عوام يخبل زدلي ምክንያቱ ሓደ ንሳኻ ኮለ ካትሰርሕ እምበር ንሳኻ እንተ ዘየለስ ክዳኻፍኦ ወይ እንታይ ገብር ኣለኹ ትቋፃፀሮ ብርትዕ ብል እዩ ስለዚ ምሳኹም ከለዉ ደቁኹም ኣብ ሃይ ስኩል ድዩ ኣብ ሚድል ስኩል ድዩ ከለዉ ክትፅዕሩሎም ይፈቱ ዘይትገብርዎ ኣይኮነን ግን ኣመና ክትፅዕሩሉ እየ ዝድግፈኩም ኣብ ገለገለ ሓበሻ እንታይ ትበሃል ኣላ ወላይ ስድራይ ባዕሉ ኣባ ገለ እዮም ዝብልዋ ትምህርትኻ ጥራይ እምበር ግበረለይ ካልእ በቃ ወላ ሓደ ይትግበረለይ ትምህርትኻ ጥራይ ግበረልና እዮም ዝብሉ ግን ጽቡቕ ወላይ ተኾነ ካብ ጽቡቕ መንፈስ እዩ ዝጅምር ዘሎ ግን ነቲ ቆልዓ ይሃስዮ እዩ ምክንያቱ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ከይድ ከሎ ብዙሕ ነገራት እዩ ክገብር ትቆልዓ ባዕሉ ቢላት ክኸፍል ኣሎ ናይ ረንት ድዩ ናይ ቴሌፎን ድዩ ኣብ ልዕሊኡ ኢንተርንሽፕ ክረክብ ኣሎ ኣብ ልዕሊኡ ናይ ትምህርቲ ኣሎ ኣብ ልዕሊኡ ዕሩኽቲ ክገብር ኣሎ ብዙሕ ነገራት ኣሎ ክገብሮ ዝግባእ ማለት እዩ ሕጂ እቲ ትምድላው ካብ ገዛ ይጅምር ንሳኹም ከለዉ ኣክንዲ ስራሕ ድሓነ ይግደፎ ትምህርቲ ጥራይ ግበሩ እንተ ትብልዎም ክሰርሑ እንተደልዮም ይስርሑ ከተታብዕዎም ኣለኩም በሺ ስራሕ ክረኽቡ ምክንያቱ ሽዑ ኮሌጅ እንተኸይዶም እንዳሰርሑ ክመሃሩ እዮም መብዛሕትኡ ግዜ ሶ ተዳልዮም ፀንሕሉ ኤክስፔሪንስ ህልዎም ሕጂ ከምኡ ክብልኩም ከለዉ ኣተባብዕዎም ናይ ቴሌፎን ድዩ ኣክንዲ ወላይ ቴሌፎን ወላይ ትኹን ኣክንዲ ባዕለይ ክኸፍለልካ እዛ ወደይ በቃ ትምህርትካ ጥራይ ግበረለይ ኣክንዲ ምባል ወላይታ ቴሌፎን ትኹን ምክንያቱ ምድላዊ ንዓታቶም ገይሮም ሞ እንተዘይፈልጡ ስኒ ዝኾነ እዩ ዝኸብዶ ስለዚ ወላይ ቴሌፎን ትኹን እዛ ወደይ ክፈላ ብል 30 ቅርሺ ኣለዋ ክፈላ እስከ እዛ ናይ ወርሓዊ ክፈላ ትብልዎም ወላይ እውን ክኸፍሉ እንተዘይክኢሎም ዓቕሚ እንተዘይብሎም ቴሌቪዥን ሓደ ኢና ንቐይር ኢና ምሽ ኣብ 6 ወርሒ ብዓመትን ፈረቓን ሕጂ ኣክንዲ ባዕልኻትኩም ደውል ኣቢልኩም ምኻድ ምቕያር ማለት እዩ እዛ ወደይ ኣነ ስራሕ ክኸይደ እሞ እዚአን ክልተ ኣዋዳዲርካ ንዓታቶም ደዊልካ ተዛሪብካ እተን ዋጋን ታዝበለፀት ካምፓኒን ኣዳሊኻለይ ፅናሕ ትብልዎ እዛ ሕጂ ንዓታቶም ብዙሕ ስራሕ ኣይኮነን ግን ንመፃኢ ብዙሕ እዩ ዝሕግዞም ስለዚ ንደቁኹም ምሳኹም ከለዉ ኣፀቢቅኩም ክትሰርሕሎም የተባብዓኩም ማለት እዩ ካልኣይ ከዓኒ ገለገለና ኣብ ሓበሻ እንታይ ኣሎ ሕጂ ዳኒ የኪለ እንዴ ወደይ ኣብ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ሰዲደ ዝበሃል ኣሎ ዘረባ ሕጂ ግን ንሱ ኣብኡ ቁርብ እንታይ ኣሎ ምላዳ ኣብዚ ዝዓበዩ ቁርብ እቲ ቀንዲ ሽግራት ዘጋጥም ብዙሕ ኣብ ዩኒቨርሲቲ እዩ ሕጂ ኣብ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ብዙሕ ሓገዝ የድልዮም ካብ ወለዲ ያ እቲ ቀንዲ ንሳኹም ከለዉ ከተዳልውዎም ኣለኩም ካባኻትኩም ተፈልዮም ከዓኒ ኣብ ገዛ ዘይመላለሱ እንተኮይኖም ማለት እዩ ካልእ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ዝነብሩ ክትሕግዝዎም ኣለኩም እንዳደወልኩም ድዩ ምክሪ እንዳሓተትኩም ድዩ ከተዳልውዎም ክትክእሉ ኣለኩም ሕጂ 18 ኮይኑ ማለት ኣኺሉ ማለት ኣይኮነን እምበሺ እቲ ቀንዲ ፈተና ዝረኽበሉ ካብ 18 ክሳብ 25 እዩ ሽዑ ብዙሕ ስራሓት ኣለዎ ምሳኹም ከሎ ስርሑ ቀሊል እዩ ትምህርቲ ተማሂሩ ይመፅእ ይበልዕ ሰቲ የፅንዕ ግን ዩኒቨርሲቲ ምስ ከደ ስራሕ ክረክብ ኣለዎ ኢንተርንሽፕ ንመፃእ ዝሕግዞ ክረክብ ኣለዎ ካልኣይ መብዛሕትእና እንታይ ከም ነፅንዕ እውን ኣይንፈልጥን ንኸውን ሽዑ ሰው ክመሃር ኣለዎ ምስ ሰባት ክራኸብ ኣለዎ ኣብ ልዕሊ እዚ ከዓኒ ትምህርቲ ክመሃር ኣለዎ እቲ ትምህርቲ ሳልሳይ ራብዓይ ይመፅእ ኣሎ ማለት እዩ ብዙሕ ነገራት እዩ ኣብ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ዝገብርዎ ሕጂ እቲ ዝገብርዎ ብዙሕ ካብ ዝኾነ ከዓኒ ምትብባዕኩም ኣመና ኣገዳሲ ሞራላዊ ሓገዝ ድዩ ወላይ እውን ፋይናንሻሊ ሓገዝ ድዩ ኣመና ኣገዳሲ እሞ ንደቁኹም ኣብ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ምስ ከዱ የኪለ ይትበሉ ሽዑ ቀንዲ ሓገዝ ዘድልዮም ክብለኩም ፈልጡ ሳልሳይ ከዓኒ ሕጂ ነዞም ንኣሽቱ ደቂ ዘለኩም ማለት እዩ ኩላ እቲ ኢለዮም ነይረ ነዞም ኣሕዋትና እውን መጀመርታሲ ካብ ንእሽቶም ከለዉ እንታይ ከም ዝደልዩ ንክፈልጡ ከተተባብዕዎም ክትክእሉ ኣለኩም እየ ክብል ዝደሊ ምክንያቱ መብዛሕትና ሓበሻ እንታይ ንብል እዛ ወደይ ትምህርትኻ ንፋዕ ትምህርትኻ ክትነፍዕ ኣለካ ትምህርትኻ ከይትሓምቕ ትምህርትኻ ጥራይ ንብል ግን ትምህርትኻ ጥራይ ኮይኑ ቁርብሲ ብትምህርቲ ውፅእ ኢልካ ክስታይ የለን ስለዚ እንታይ ትድልየቶም እንታይ ክኾኑ እዮም ዝደልዩ ወላይ ናይ ብሓቂ ንሳ በኣ ኩሉ ኣይክእሉን ይኾኑ ግን ገለሲ ሒዞም እንተኸይዶም ኩሉ ግዜ ፅቡቅ እዩ ሓደ ሰብ ኢንጂነር ክኸውን ኢሉ ዝኣምን እንተኮይኑ ካብ ብንእሽቱ ትምህርቲ ምኻድ ትርጉም ህልዎ ንዕኡ ጥራይ ትምህርቲ ይኮነን ስቂሉ ከይዱ ዝመላለስ ዘሎ እቲ ትምህርቲ ትርጉም ህልዎ እቲ ትምህርትስ ኢንጂነር ክኸውን እየ ዝሕግዘኒ ዘሎ ስለዚ ኣብ ቁፅሪ ክነፍዕ ኣለኒ ስለዚ ኣብ ሳይንስ ክነፍዕ ኣለኒ ከምዚ ክለብ ኣላ ናይ ኢንጂነሪንግ ትገብር ብዛዕባ ኢንጂነሪንግ ክመሃር እየ ወላይ ካብ ብንእሽቶም ከለዉ በቲ ሳብጀክት ክመሃሩ ይጅምሩ እቲ ትምህርቲ እውን ትርጉም ህልዎ ስለዚ ብንኣሽቶኦም ከለዉ እቲ ክፈልጥዎ ዝግባእ ወይ እንታይ እቲ ኢንተረስት ናቶም ንክትፈልጡ ክትሕግዝዎም የተባብዓኩም እንተ ንስኻትኩም እንተዘይፈሊጥኩሞ ወይ ክትሕግዝዎም እንተዘይክኢልኩም ከዓኒ ብዙሓት ኣለዎ ብዚ ቤተክርስትያን ብዝተፈላለየ ሞያታት ዝወድኡ ማለት እዩ ዶክተራት ድዮም ፋርማሲ ድዮም ኢንጂነር ድዮም ነርስ ድዮም ንስኻትኩም ክትሕግዝዎም እንተዘይክኢልኩም ምስ ሓደ ሰብ ኣራኽብዎም እዛ ወደይ ካብዚ እስከ ወይ ነቲ ሰብ ምክሪ ሃበለይ እስከ ነዚ ወደይ ትብልዎ ወይ ከዓኒ ነቶም ደቁኹም ኣተባብዕዎም ንዓታቶም ከይዶም ክዛረብዎም ስራሕ ረኸበለይ ኣይትብሎን ኢኻ ሓደ ሰብ ብርትዕብል እዩ ምላዳ ኣብዚ ሕጂ ዘለናዮ ግዜ ብፕሮፌሽናል ስራሕ ረኸበለይ ኣይትበልዎም ግን ምኽሪ እስከ እንታይ ከመይ ነይሩ እቲ ውዕዞኻ እንታይ ክገብር ኣለዎ ዝወደይ ወይ ኣብ ረዝመይ ድዩ ኣብ ዝኾነ ድዩ ሓግዘኒ እስከ ሓግዞን ወደይ እንዳበልኩም ከተተባብዕዎም ክስታ ይገብረኩም የተባብዓኩም ማለት እዩ ስለ ፅኒኢልኩም ዝሰማዕኩምኒ የመስግነኩም ቴንክ ዩ
ኦኬ ክብሪ ለአምላኽ ይኹን ዝተረፈ ነገር ዳርጋ የለን ኩሉ ነገራት ተባሂሉ ቴንክ ዩ ኤፍሬም ማለት እዩ ኣብ መወዳእታ ሓንቲ ወይ ኣልዕልልኩም ነይረሲ እዞም ሎሚ ግራጅዌት ዝገብሩ ሃይ ስኩል ብፍላይ ግራጅዌት ዝገብሩ ዘለዉ ሲ ወይ እዛ ቤተክርስትያን እዚኣ ምስ ተመስረተት እዮም ተወሊዶም ወይ ደቂ ሓደ ዓመት ነይሮም መብዛሕትኦም ማለት እዩ ሕጂ ብኡ መሰረት ከዓ ንመጀመርያ ኣብዚ ቤተክርስትያን እዚ ካብቶም ግራጅዌት ዝገብሩ ዘለዉ ተጠመቐት ግራጅዌት ስለ ዘላ ንዓኻ ዕድል ክንህባ ስለ ዝተባሃልኩ ብኡ መሰረት ከዓ ንሳሊና ኣይ ቲንክ ማዓሾ ክትዛረብያ ኢሎም ነይሮም
I just want to say thank you to God and my parents because without them, none of this would have happened. And thank you to this church. I've been here since I was in diapers, and everybody. I'm pretty sure everybody remembers we were little kids and we were running around and playing in the playground. I don't know what to say. Can you hear me? I just want to say thank you. Y'all have always been here. And when I was little, I came here 3 days a week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And we always learned something new. We learned Tigrinya and Nazareth's class and the Bible and everything. And all of everybody here I grew up with. And we're all brothers and sisters. And now we're graduating together. And it's a good feeling. But we have much more ahead of us, and I can't wait to see where everybody goes from here. Thank you.
Okay. ክብሪ ንኣምላኽ ይኹን
መጀመርያ ተጠመቐ هو أتحدثني مجمرة
anyway she said it's okay እንታይ ሲ ኩሉ ትኽበሃል ዘለዎ እንስሳቶም ወዲኦም ወይ እንታይ እዩ ኣይተዛረብካን ወይ ድማ ንዖም ዝኸውን ንእሽተይ መልእኽቲ ኣይሃብካን ዘይምባል እምበሪ ግዜ ከይዱ ስለ ዘሎ ሕፅር ብዘለ ገለ ደኾን ይሕግዞም ይኸውን ዝበልክዎ ነገር ኣሎ ማለት እዩ መጀመርያ ስድራ ቤት ግራጅዌት ዝገብሩ ወለዲ እንቋዕ ብርሃ ግራጅዌሽን ናይ ደቅኹም ኣርኣየኩም መጻኢ ህይወቶም ከዓ እግዚአብሔር ኣምላኽ ክባርኸሎም ምንቲ ድማ ቤተክርስትያን ትዝክሮም just a few points that I probably trying to tell you that could help you in the future. One thing that kept coming was you really need to know what you are getting into. It is very important. You guys are graduating. Most of you, your future is in front of you. You are going to college. You have to do your homework. Meaning, you can't go to college blind. You have to know what am I trying to do, and do I have this interest? Do I have this interest, but do I have also a feature? That is very important. Most of the time, graduating, that is good, but graduation by itself is not going to help you for the future. You really have to see, like, if I do this, am I going to have a future? You can graduate and then you can sit, you can live with your family. That is reality. So one thing is very important. You have to have a plan. You have to have a plan. Like, okay, this is what I am interested. This is what I am strong at. This or that. That's good. And then the second thing that I am strong at is this. You might have a second option that you think like, this is also I am good. And the first one that you are thinking you are really, really strong, that could be your primary. But the end result, you are interested, you like this subject matter, you know you are going to graduate in really good condition. But if the market is telling you you have no feature in this that you are really interested, then what good is it going to be? What good is it going to be? So you have to have, this is my primary choice because I like it and also I have a feature. If things didn't fall the way they should, then what other alternative do I have? These are the very important things that you guys should really sit down before you go to college. Even the ones that I am talking, 11, grade 10, 9, 11, your future lies in here. And that's why you need the resources. As Ephraim, Betty, and all of them were telling you, you have to know what you are getting into. And the good thing is, we had enough people that could be examples by their failure. And there are enough people that could be examples by their success. And you can learn from other mistakes instead of you making the mistakes that have done them again. So, መለበምን አይግበርካ መለበምን አይኽላእኻ ዝበሃል ምስል ኣሎ this is because ብዙሕ ነይሩ points ከምፅኦ ዝደልዮ ግን ኩሉ ተዘሪቡ ስለ ዘሎ ኣብ ትሕቲ እግዚአብሔር ኣምላኽ ከዓ ኩሉ ዓቕሚ ዘለዎ ነገር እንዲሁ ወለድ እውን ከምኡ እንታይ እዩ ፊቸርካ ካልእ ተተረፈ ኣጽንዕ ዳ ዝወደይ በቃ ትምህርትኻ ጥራይ ገር ዝበላ ኤፍሬም it's true ኩላህና ትምህርትኻ ጥራይ ገር ዝወደይ በርዳሓን ካልእ ሲደልየካ ነ ግን ብዛዕባ ትምህርቱ ሓሲቡሉ ኮፍ ኢሉ ኣማኺሩ ድዩ እዚ ኢምፖርታንት እዩ so you have to have a goal. This subject matter that I am trying to finish, is there someone in the church that is really good at this who can counsel me, who can advise me whether I'm making the right choice? If I did, then is there someone who can help me also in certain areas? Betty was saying like, okay, I wish I knew that I was taking 3 strong classes at the same time, and her grade is going to be affected because they are too, or she has to really work on that. But those things, unless you ask, nobody is going to come here, sit down, and I'm going to, there are too many of you that we can help. But unless someone comes out and then says, I'm trying to do this, what do you think I have? Every area. Medical school, we have people that are going to medical school. Pharmacy, we have people going to pharmacies that have graduated. Engineering, the same thing. Nursing, almost we have everyone inside this church that we actually can ask and get a true answer. So don't get into college blindfoldedly. You have to know what you are getting into, and you have always to answer, this is my interest, but do I have a future? That is the most important part, because if you don't do that, you can graduate and then you will do something else. So that is the message that I am trying to give you. Take advantage of your resources that you have, and almost everyone is willing to help you guys, but you have to come out and ask for those. And that's all I'm going to tell you, because so many messages have been transferred. May God bless you, and may God bless also your future. But again, your future lies with you. And whatever you make about it, it is upon you. So thank you, and may God bless you.
Thank you. هرا እግዚአብሔር ይመስገን ዓብ ነገር እግዚአብሔር ገይሩልና ኣብዛ ቤተክርስቲያን እዚኣ ከም ትዝክርዎ ብታ መጀመርታ ቤተክርስቲያን ከለና መጀመርታ ዝተጠመቐ ዘን ክልተ ቆልዑት ክንዛረበን ፀናሕና ኢና መጀመርታ መዓልቲ እቲ ምስ በልኩ መጀመርታ ግዜ ቤተክርስቲያን ተጠመቐ እየን ድሕሪኡ ከዓ በዓል ሩታ ጓል ወድሃንስ በዓል ኣበባ ጓል መንደር ሕጂ ግራጁዌት ዝገብራ ዘሎ ኣብዛ ቤተክርስቲያን ተጠመቐ እየን ብዙሓት ኣለዎ ማለት እዩ እሳቶም 12 ወዲኦም ንሕና ብመንፈሳዊ ህይወትና ኣበየለና ዓብ ምልክት ሕተ እሞ እግዚአብሔር ይደግፈና እኳ ዝረአየና ከዓ ወለዲ ዝያዳ ከዓ እናዓበና መንፈሳውነትናን ደቅናን ከዓ ብመንፈሳዊ መገድና እንዳኸዱ እግዚአብሔር ክደግፈና ስለዚህ ክንጽልይና ጽሊና ከነፋንዎም ፍትሓት ኣለና ፍትሓት ክንገብርና come here them to pray together over here come forward everybody come here stand nabs gatskum kunda nabs gatskum nabs gatskum بسم አብን ወልድን መንፈስ ቅዱስን ሓደ አምላክ አሜን እግዚአብሔር ባረኮም ዘመነም ሐሉ ምሳኻ ክንብሩኻ እግዚአብሔር ጉዕዞ ማቅንዕ ካብ ኩሉ ክፉእ ነበረ ዘበለ ነገራት ካሰውሮም እግዚአብሔር አቤትካ መጽዮም ክባረኹ ጸጋ ክረኽቡ እግዚአብሔር ኣብ ቅድሚኻ መጽዮም ክጽልዩ ኣብ ቅድሚ ህዝብኻ መጽዮም ንህዝብኻ በረኸት ክረኽቡ በቂዖም ኣለዎም እግዚአብሔር ዘመኖም ንስኻ ምስኦም ኩን ናይ ጽድቅን ናይ ሓቂ ምስራሕን እግዚአብሔር ኣብቶ ዝኸድዎ ኩልኻ እዚ እዋን ዕንቅፋት እዋን ፈተና እሞ ካብ ፈተና ኩሉ ሰውሮም ኢኻ ደግፎምን ኣበርታዕዮምን እግዚአብሔር ከም መጀመርቶም መፈጸምቶም ከዓ ኣርኤና ወሊዶም ዘሚዶም ሃገሮም ህዝቦም ቤተክርስቲያኖም ዝሓልዩ ሰባት ግበረልና እግዚአብሔር ንስኻ ምስኦም ኩን ጸጋን በረኸትን ሃቦም ኣሃብኻ ከይርሕቁኻ እግዚአብሔር ምስተውዓልካ ብዝሓሎም እግዚአብሔር አምላኽና እዚ ዝገበርካላን ወለድ ንስኻ ኢኻ ሞ ተመስገን ውሉድ ከም ዝኽትርኢ ዓብ ጸጋይ እግዚአብሔር ንሓና ካባኻ ኮይኑልና እግዚአብሔር ጎይታዬ 18 ዓመት ሙሉእ ተማሂሮም ኣብዚ ደረጃ ዝበጽሖም 18 ዓመት ሙሉእ ከዓ መሳቶም እግዚአብሔር ኣብ እምኒ ተነጺፎም ሓድሩሎም ከምኣቶም ረሃባ ፍጠረሎም ወአምላኽ استفلالي درجات تمرتات نمرصلهم علينا استفلالي يونيفرسيتات نمرصلهم علينا زتفلالي كدان نمرصلهم علينا نتم سانخا قيار كدان فطرلهم واملاح እግዚአብሔር ወዳአሎም ወአምላኽ እግዚአብሔር እድሜም ብጽሕ መስበለ እግዚአብሔር ዝሐስቦ ዘይብሎም ሲ ምስካም ብረትዩም እግዚአብሔር ምስካም ቀለምን ብሂሮም ግበረሎም ይኻ ነታ ሀገር ሰላም ሃባ እግዚአብሔር ንጎራብትና ሰላም ሃብ ምንት ሰላም ክንነብር እግዚአብሔር አምላኽና ንስኻ እግዚአብሔር ነቶም ወሊዶም ኣብ ዝጸብጽሑ ወለድኻ እግዚአብሔር እዚ ዘርአኻ እግዚአብሔር ነቶም ወሊዶም ኣብ ዝጸብጽሑኻ እግዚአብሔር ንስኻ ደግፎም ኢኻ እግዚአብሔር بكل نسخة حلونا صلاتنا نتقبل كلاتنا تسينا أب سمايات نبر ربنا سمكا يقدس منقصتها تمصى فاركا همتي أب سمايكم عم مدريكم نعيت نجيرانا لهم يهابنا احنا نزبدلنا هم زحدقنا لهم برلنا أبسنا حدقلنا كفار احنا نام برفتنا يتتونا منقصتن حيلن كبر نزال لمنات كاي موامين وقدس رنجل ماريام بنا قدس جبريل ملأ سلامتا سلام بلاكين بحلنا خدنجل بسقاهم دنجلي خاد እግዚአብሔር ጎይታ ሰራዊት ሰላም ለካ አላሁ ንስኻ ባነስት ብርኽቲኺ ፍረኸርስኹን ብሩኺ ኦም ለተጸጋ እግዚአብሔር ብሳኺ ወፍስህ ደስ ይበልኪ ኃጢአትና ሐድገና ናፈቱ ወድኽ ምሕረት ለምንልና አሜን ريبلو حنت سئل بزي أمسنا تسأل مو صلت جيكم كنا فانو كنا هنا كامير تك بيشتر كامير سودا بزمدك قرب اوكي قالت فبلو صلوتا يودعنا لنا حنسب صنحو فتحت لنا اوكي عدنوني بلنا everybody scoot up قربوا تقرروا صحيح اسالي زال قربي ترى لهي ايش زاهر باركم زمدك هللويا رن እግዚኦ ሳይልከ መላነ በዝማ በዝንከ هللويا رن እግዚኦ ሳይልከ መላነ ስማ በዝንከ እግዚኦ አይረፍ ነፍሰ ገብርከ ዘሚካኤል ነፍሰ ገብሩ ዘሚካኤል ምስ ቅዱሳን ጻድቃን እንደምረልና እግዚአብሔር ጸሎትና ተቀበልና አቡነ ዘበሰማያት